Okay, everybody, it is time for us to pull these forms, and as you can see, it is a dumping right now. Can you see that? It's dumping right now. So, even homesteading to get plants, we have water, and now Mr. Rose and I are going to pull this form.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at that. Holy smokes on a stick. There we go. Oh, that's still, don't want to, okay, so check it out. So we just pulled this form. You do not want to start, it's still not fully set right there.
Still pretty green.
It's still pretty green. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Oh. All right, so for all of you that like want to sit there and go, oh my God, you touched it because it was totally not dry and you're going to die and stuff. It's like, well.
We've had a lot of rain, but it's been quite a few days.
So it's been just sitting here just soaking up all the moisture from all of the rain. But look at that.
That's no chance.
Holy smokes. That looks pretty clean, Mr. Rose.
I think you like the sound.
All right, baby. All right,
Picture
baby.
framed in.
Picture framing it. Okay, so that means, what does that mean, Miss Rose? What does that mean, my hubby, my love?
Miss, we didn't smooth it out. We left it to do its thing.
Why did we leave it though?
That's what you wanted.
Well, besides that, but what was the reason for it? Because of the fact that
It looks cool.
well, besides that. But, okay, the other reason was because I really wanted to have a bit of traction on here. We get a lot of rain, and this particular season is what's the weather forecast for this? It's
Wet.
No, it changed from what? The
El
Nina?
Nino to El Nino.
Which
So we're in
means
above average moisture thing for this year. So it's going to rain a whole shit ton.
So that means that when we walk down here, besides the ducks, when we walk down here, we should have a little bit more traction and hopefully less slippage. Because I tell you what, check it out. You see this right here? Look at that. That stuff right there can break a hip. All right.
It's like this. Ready? Oh, that's not actually wet. Oh well.
Okay.
Everything else is slippy.
Okay, well, because I've been putting like the extra shavings out here.
But anyway, the clay, it becomes like an ice.
It does. It's like black ice. It's like black ice. It's nasty. So all I'm saying is that's the reason why we wanted to make sure that this situation here is not going to be that way when it ends up setting all the way. So I am so excited because it looks like our dry pour ramp worked. Yeah. All right, so the only thing is that you have to remember that there was a wet pour, the ramp that we had underneath this before we extended it from here, because that's the old ramp right there, right? So we extended all. Are you coming to look at it? Yeah. What do you think, Christmas? Wow. Thank you. Okay, so the wet pour that we had, right? It came to here. And so we had to add the extra layer and then extend it out so it wasn't such a steep ramp, which that was a problem that we've been having as far as our I'm pretty sure our duck situation has been going with Bumblefoot. What was happening is that they were sliding down here, getting abrasions on the bottom of their feet, wandering around and doing their usual duck stuff, and it was causing a Bumblefoot. So now that we have a much more slighter or much more gentler slope going on here with our ramp, that they shouldn't have that problem any longer. They shouldn't have to be sliding down. They can walk down it, no problem, no big deal. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, thank you. And so now you can actually see what it looks like with the whole picture framing going on. So it's nice and smooth here along the edges. We didn't have any cracking going on after it dried. We actually just did that one initial mist, and then after that, because we had so much moisture in the ground below it from all of the rain that we've been getting, plus it started raining on top of it, even with, we had the cover over it just to make sure that it didn't wash anything off.
My bad.
That it kept everything in for us in the forms, no problem. Now the only thing we have to wait for now is the finished result, because some of this is some loose sand on the top here that you can see, but I totally, and I know people are going to be pissed off about this stuff, but I love the way this looks. This is exactly what I wanted, and I was actually hoping for this particular texture on the whole slab itself, because I like the idea of that just rustic feel to it. That's what I wanted. And Mr. Rose ended up doing the whole picture framing here, mainly, and I'm just saying this, mainly because one, he had to finish off the edges. And what is that called when you do that?
Edging. It stops you having rocks on the edge that will break off and then give you a jagged edge, which will break off even more, and blah blah blah. So
plus it also makes sure you don't have any sharp edges. So if you have kids, for some of you out there that, you know, are at that family stage right now and you have young kids and all that stuff, this is a great way to make sure you don't have any sharp edges, but at the same time it gives you an idea of the smooth look if you smooth it out, you know, fantastically, like everybody's like, oh my god, I need to see it smooth. And then for those of us who like that textured, more rock look on the top of their cement, this is what that looks like. And so you get to have an idea of what both of those different textures look like at the same time. And to me, it also makes it look like it's like you had that, like you just put a mat out, right? A carpet. So there you go. So this is the ramp that we thought we could not do as a dry pour, because like we just figured it was just gonna all blow out and it was gonna wash out and all that stuff, and it's holding up solid and it looks fantastic. And all we have to do is make sure we keep our heavy behinds off of it, because, you know, we're solid.
that's a heavy behind on the ramp with grip right there.
Oh.
But
Okay, well, you know what? Just go ahead and ruin what I was about to say there. Just ruin the whole thing.
but the longer you leave it, as long as if it's gonna, like it has been here, raining, moisture.
What? Well, you're about like
the longer you leave it, the harder it will cure.
Okay, so where you at right now? Like a buck $1.75, $1.80?
Oh, like 860 pounds.
You ain't no 800.
Oh no,
that's both of us.
855.
Okay, so that just goes to show you that's how much weight can hold it, no problem. And there wasn't any kind of like, you know, it didn't cave in. There's no cracking going on. And both of us weren't standing on it because both of us are about equal in weight, not in height.
Oh, you're only about 100 pounds, my love.
You're so sweet.
Or was it just one leg? I don't know. I can't remember.
It's been so long. Anyway, so there you go. Here it is, dry pour ramp. It is possible to do at this particular size. This is what? Gauging it. Come on. Quick. Because I have to read
it's
this
about
up.
a 2 by...
2 by what?
2.5 by 2. Maybe 18. But it's not that big.
And then the thickness.
But the thickness varied from the other ramp to about, what would we leave it, like a 3/4, 1 inch edge on the bottom.
Yeah. And we had the little extra footing, right? So we're not going to worry about that part.
But, you know, it's, you can do it. What I suggest is
but
just mist it
Okay.
and then let it set a bit. And then mist it again, let it set a
You
bit.
didn't mist. You just
you misted it.
No, you said mist it once.
Well, we were going to have rain.
Okay, and then you go just shower
See, that's
it.
the difference.
You
We're
shower
gonna
it
have
because
rain.
you wanted to cream. That's what you said.
Right. So, you know,
Looks fantastic.
but you got to get the surface kind of set so it doesn't all wash out.
Okay, but the way you made it sound like I missed it. We only misted it for like about maybe 5 minutes.
Just to get the top
And then
set.
he wanted me to shower that stuff.
That's right. So it won't wash out once you got the top.
And it didn't.
There, it's good.
Okay, but the only thing is that you have to remember this is a combination of a wet pour and a dry pour. But the thing is that you need to know it is possible if you wanted to do this whole setup with a dry pour. It's totally possible, right?
It's possible. I wouldn't recommend it for an application where, like a handicap ramp or something like that. But for a duck coop,
Why?
because
They're
the
not like
PSI
5,000 pounds.
The PSI strength won't be there.
Okay, if they use a
I
5,000.
wouldn't recommend it. Just if you're going to do that, do it right. Do a wet pour, put rebar in it, do all that crap. This is just for a coop. If you just want, or if it's just for you, and you're walking out of your house,
he's still like California. I can hear that.
Then it's fine. But you know,
Okay.
when somebody's depending on it, do it right.
Look. As far as a code is concerned, as far as a that was a tree.
That was a big tree.
A big ass tree. As far
Walk
as
forward for somebody.
I don't know if it's us. Okay, as far as a handicap ramp is concerned, that's a longer ramp. It's going to be a much deeper ramp. So what Mr. Rose was saying, it totally makes sense. That's up to code. You have to go with that stuff. But is it possible to do it with the dry pour, Mr. Rose? Yes or no?
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
If I was going to do a handicap ramp, do a wet pour, rebar, blah, blah, blah. Then you know what you get.
Okay. All right. So if anybody's thinking about asking that question, there you go. The answer was right there, right? Yes. So do a wet pour for a handicap code ramp for construction for sure. Otherwise,
Duck coop, personal little ramp, do what you want.
there you go. All right. Thank you very much. Glad you guys got to watch this and do all the stuff. Subscribe, like, share, make your positive, and I'm pretty sure somebody's going to say, we didn't do this right. Negative comments. It's all good. We love you guys anyway. Thank you for being part of our neighborhood. We'll see you. And so it is time for us to go ahead and let these guys out so they can use their new ramp. Yes. All right. Here we go. Ready, guys? Come on. Oh, look at that. No sliding. Awesome. Oh. Come on. Woo! There's the laughing boys. All right. So it works fantastic. Everybody's out and ready to enjoy their day. And we hope you enjoy your day too.